Hey, it's Jennifer McPeak, and it's time to review goals.
Ooh, spooky keyboard noises, boo!
Remember in the last video when I said I did bullet journaling for a little bit? This one doesn't count because it's a bullet journal. We can go over that in another video. Well, that video is happening today, apparently. I kept it from August of 2019 to mid-December of 2020. I bought scrapbook supplies, colored pencils, washi tape, anything I could think of that would make this thing awesome. I bought it. It was my calendar, my gratitude journal, my habit tracker. I put all sorts of stuff into this thing. I drew pretty layouts, or at least as pretty as I could make them, and I just had to fill it out every single day. Every time I did anything, at the end of the day, to review my feelings and to list out things that made the day worthwhile. I put a lot of time into this thing, and I grew to hate it. Bullet journals are meant to help your life, not become a massive time suck and another source of stress for you. And I knew why I hated it. I didn't build it for me. I built it for Pinterest me, that gratitude girly that drank 1,000,000 glasses of water every day and had a degree in calligraphy and a full social calendar. That's not me. It's awesome if you're one of those people, and it's a pretty cool hobby to have, honestly. You get to do a lot of different things with it, but it's not sustainable for somebody like me. So I reevaluated what I needed from a bullet journal, and I realized all I need is something to write down my goals and something to keep me accountable to them. The journal helps me with the former, and YouTube's for the latter. So let's talk about the goals I had for the last quarter and the ones that I have for
Next quarter.
So this isn't actually part of the goals. I just wanted to show off the calendars I made. I have a lot of colored pencils from the first round of bullet journaling, and I just wanted to use them a little bit. You can see my little washi tape tabs too. Gotta justify keeping the supplies, right? Table of contents, no big deal. And here is my list of goals for the third quarter of 2023, which ran from July to September. I've broken my goals into two sections, as you can see, personal and professional. I have done my best to obscure the personal goals because I don't really like to share everything, but the professional goals are all writing related, so I'll go over them more thoroughly in a minute. Between my personal and professional goals, there were only two things I was trying to do consistently, so I only made calendars to track those two things. The journal stays in my nightstand, so I mark them before bed each night. It takes 2 seconds, if that, and you can see how well I did. And you can actually see one of the goals is exercising, which was not so good. The last page for the quarter is about reflections for how each month went. I've blurred out those as well because I put personal and professional all together. It's just kind of like my thoughts on stuff. And I haven't actually filled out September reflections because it is not the last day of the month yet. As of filming, I still have a couple days left. You can see, still got a couple days left. You get the idea. If I think I need more out of the journal, I do have the space to add those things. But for now, this is a pretty good system for me. I did a lot better on my personal goals than on my professional goals. I'm not going to lie. I could lie, and it would be super easy. You wouldn't know. But this is meant for me to be accountable. So here's me being honest and accountable. My first goal was to write 10 minutes every day. That did not happen. I did my best, but the all or nothing mindset has never really worked well for me. It's a recipe for disaster. It doesn't take sick days and bad days into account or slow internet or anything like that. It doesn't take life into account, and I should have known better than to make it if you don't do it every day. If you skip one day, it's over. That was on me. Goal 2 was to finish a round of edits on Slightly Supernatural. Slightly Supernatural is the name of the book that I'm working on. If you didn't know, which you probably haven't because I haven't said it anywhere except to like my husband. Unfortunately, we've kind of run into rewrites territory rather than just straight edits. So I didn't finish that one either. The story is structurally sound. It's just that my writing's a lot different than it used to be. I can tell which parts were written a while back. And it's just easier if I do it all in one go to update so that everything has the same style so it's not jarring to go back and forth between them. And it'll just help out later on in the series if it's all consistent. And that leads me into goal number 3, which was to make a rough outline for the second book in the series. That one I also didn't do. I have a couple of notes of things that I want and need to have happen, but I didn't make an outline because I'm doing a lot of rewrites. I'm tweaking some scenes and things, and so I wanted to make sure that there weren't going to be any continuity errors that would cause me to accidentally write myself into a corner. Until the rewrites are done on Slightly Supernatural, the outline's not going to be done. Goal number 4 was create an author-based Instagram account. And I did that. J McPeak writes. I try to post about once a week there. I know I need to post more often. I'm going to try to start doing twice a week, but self-promotion is a strange concept for me, and it's going to take a while for me to get the hang of it. Number 5, set up a YouTube account. If I didn't do that, I'm not quite sure where we are, honestly. I know starting a YouTube account is like a super quick thing to do, but it was written in the book, and so it's a win, and I'm going to take my wins where I can get them. And the final thing that I wanted to do in the third quarter was to film, edit, and post my very first YouTube video. Check, check, and check. This was the one I thought I would have the hardest time with, and in a way, it was the hardest of all of the goals. Yeah, I didn't get my novel edits finished, but I know how to do those. I didn't know how to stage a shot or do my lighting or do editing. I'd never used video editing software before. Everything that I do on these videos are things that I've been learning on the fly. Hell, I didn't even know how to properly talk in front of a camera before. It's been a big learning curve, and I'm still learning. Every video I learn something new. But I'm getting the videos out there, and I think I'm getting better with each video. So that makes 6 professional goals that I had for the third quarter. A 50% success rate doesn't sound great, but considering I wasn't doing any of those things before, and now I am, and now I have all those things to show for it, I think 50% is pretty good. And now,
This is new business.
for new business. Just like earlier, I'm going to keep the personal goals to myself, so I am going to skip over those, and I'm going to go straight to the professional ones. My first goal is to finish the rewrites on Slightly Supernatural. As of right now, I have about 150 pages left to do the rewrites for, so I think it's doable. Number 2, write for 10 minutes at least 5 times a week. Now I've built in my bad days, my computer doesn't work days, my I've got family visiting days. Obviously, I'm still going to try for every day, but quarter 4 is when the family events are happening. So it's going to be a bit hectic around here, and I just want to give myself that little buffer. 3, I do need to do an outline for the sequel and maybe even start writing it. Starting book 2 itself isn't a goal because I'm not sure how detailed I'm going to need the outline to be, but I do need to get an outline. Goal number 4 is that I need to start researching where I can find reliable beta readers. Once the rewrites are done and I've gone through and done all the edits that I think I can do, I'm going to need people to read the book and see if it's even any good. Can't really publish a book or even send it out to agents until I've got it as good as I can get it, right? Goal number 5 is to research literary agents that are accepting clients that write in my genre. I would like to try traditionally publishing first, and if that doesn't work, then I do have the option of self-publishing to fall back on, but I do want to try to do traditional publishing first. And the last goal for this quarter is to craft a query letter and send it out to those agents. So that's my goals for quarter 4. And here's my goals all written out so I don't forget about them. At the end of December, I will come back and do another video and we will see where I stand. How do you keep track of your goals? Do you do a bullet journal? Do you have post-it notes stuck to your mirrors? Do you have a file on your phone? Do you say them in your head while you're brushing your teeth? How much time do you spend working on them? Let me know what you're up to in the comments, what you're reading, what you're writing. Are you watching any cool TV shows? Comments are good for the algorithm, or so I've been told, but I am genuinely curious. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope you have a great day. See you next time. Later.
Ooh, spooky keyboard noises, boo!